So yesterday we had completed till question number 1. Now we will continue from question number 2. Okay, everyone?
2C. Yes, ma'am. 2C.
Yeah, 2C. Fine. Yes, everyone? Okay, please refer to your textbooks as well. We had discussed question A and question B also of question number 2 yesterday. Now we will start with 2C. What caused the person to question about the war? And why did the person question about the war?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Vivan?
Ma'am, because the person to question about the war was the reason that he was curious about the war as he was small.
Okay, okay. Anybody else? Any other opinion?
And wanted to know about the war.
Yes, the
What
person
happened
wanted
exactly?
to know about the war, and he was since he was listening about the war through his grandfather. He was very curious to know what exactly had happened in this particular war. Okay, fine. Do you think the poem answers the questions asked in the lines?
Yes.
First, tell me what questions were asked in the lines.
And the question was asked that why did they kill each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Did they kill each other? And
Now tell us all about the war and what they killed for each other.
Okay, okay. So, so what do you think? Your opinions will differ from each other, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it is not necessary that one person's, one student's point of view will be same as compared to the other one. So, Priyanshu, let's start with you. What is your opinion?
My opinion is that the first question was answered, that Prince Eugene and all those who were responsible for the war, they were praised. So this answered the first question, but for the second one, it didn't answer, since the grandfather only didn't know why the war was fought.
War had happened. Correct. He himself said, I don't know what was the purpose and what was good all about in that.
But only that it was a great victory.
Yes, he only knows that it was a great victory. Fine. Everyone, do you want to add anything? Your opinion?
Ma'am, same answer.
Okay, same answer. Fine. Next question, Priyanshu. Next, whose father lived in Blenheim?
Ma'am, old Casper's father lived in Blenheim.
Yes, it is not just his father. It was the entire family. Yes. So although they have just asked all about father, but it was the entire family who was living there. And then because of this particular battle, what had happened to their house? What had happened to their house?
It had burned.
Yes, it had burned. Okay. What does the expression "yon little stream" mean? My father lived at Blenheim then. Yon little stream hard by. They burnt his dwellings to the ground and he was forced to fly. What do you think this expression, yon little stream, mean? Anyone? Any guesses?
I think a little stream is by some place, like it's flowing past some place.
Okay, okay.
And the house must be near the stream.
But then what does this expression mean? Yon little stream hard by.
And that they were forced to fly using the little stream.
Yes, yes. Okay. So they see, basically it is related to the stream which was near the cottage, definitely where they were staying, where they had their cottage. Okay. And it is the word hard over here is referring to what expression? That why it is hard? Who will tell me what is
sadness.
hard? Sorry.
Ma'am, sadness that they have to
sadness. What sadness about what?
Ma'am, for leaving their home.
For leaving their home. Okay, because they were living over there and they're now living there. Okay, what did they do to his dwellings? What did they do to his dwellings?
Burnt it down.
They burnt it down. Yes. To the ground. Okay. Next, what does this tell you about the war?
Ma'am,
See, a family who is staying in a particular place, the family the entire family is disturbed, the entire house is being burned down. So all these things, what do they tell? What does it tell you about the war? You means your opinion, okay?
okay.
Tell me. What do you think about war, looking at this particular
Ma'am,
situation?
it tells us that with fire and sword, the country was made round.
The country was made.
Country was
And
made.
this war was fought very fiercely by both the sides, in which also the civilians were murdered.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
and it was man's cruelty against man, ma'am.
Yes, it basically it shows cruelty against man. War is what? It is cruelty against innocent people, basically,
Yes.
right? Innocent family, innocent children who have nothing to do with the war, but they are the ones who became who usually and who always become the victim of war. Do you all agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What had happened to Japan in the Second World War?
Ma'am, it was fully destroyed.
It was
Why
completely
it
destroyed
was
by the
destroyed?
nuclear
Ma'am,
bomb.
because of the atom bomb, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
who did this?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
USA.
Yeah,
USA.
right, power.
USA. So
Yes.
USA, did USA do it on its own?
No,
What
No,
did
ma'am.
they
Japan
have the
do
allied
US?
forces together, means the
And
British.
the Allied forces did. Allied forces
No, see, you all know that it was America who threw bomb at Japan. But then what did Japan do to America? Why did
Ma'am,
America?
first
Because
Japan killed Americans, ma'am, at night when they were sleeping.
Ma'am, they attacked the Pearl
Pearl
Harbor.
Harbor.
Excellent, excellent. They attacked the Pearl Harbor of America.
Ma'am,
Okay.
in return, America threw the atom bomb.
Yes, because America actually did not wanted to get involved in this war. It was
Yes.
keeping itself away from the war. But Japan forced America to get involved, and then Americans showed how powerful they were. Okay,
Yes.
now the bomb was thrown, at these two places and all. But then, who were the victim
Ma'am,
of this
the
entire enmity?
The innocent people who had nothing to do with the war.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am, citizens.
correct. So all this, you can use that also knowledge of yours, that how war affects the lives of the innocent people and how they become the victim of the war. Next question: what time of the day it is? Is it
Ma'am, it's evening.
was and how do you come to know that?
Ma'am,
It is
because
evening.
it was a summer evening.
Yeah, from which expression, which verse do you come to know about that?
First verse, ma'am, first verse, first line.
What?
And the first line of the first stanza, it is
Hmm.
said that it was a summer evening. What Casper's was done.
Yeah, I wanted you all to repeat the line. Okay, so it was a summer evening. What is told about Casper? What was he doing?
Ma'am,
Casper,
Casper was a farmer and he had finished his work and was sitting near his cottage.
before his
Outside the
cottage
cottage.
showed in
Yes,
the sun.
yes.
That means
Yes.
outside the means in front of the cottage door, and
Yes.
he was sitting in the sun.
Yes, after the whole day's work, when he was done with the work, he was sitting in the before the outside the cottage. Okay, next to the door. Who is by Casper's side?
Ma'am, what?
Who is by Casper's side? Who is there next to Casper when he was sitting there?
Wilhelmine.
Hmm?
Wilhelmine.
Okay, who is
She,
Wilhelmine?
she is
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
his
his grand-
grandchild.
granddaughter.
Granddaughter. Okay, and what is she doing? What is this person doing?
Ma'am, she was sitting.
Ma'am, she is playing in the green field.
No, ma'am, she was.
Is she playing, or is it her brother who's playing?
Ma'am, his brother Peter Kane was playing in the garden.
But then what was she doing?
And she was seeing what he was doing.
Yes, ma'am.
She was?
What he was doing. She saw. She was seeing what his brother Peter was.
She was watching his her brother playing on the ground. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
See, it is not mentioned over here. Neither the name is mentioned, nor the discussion about the girl is been done. But still, you have the question. Why you have such type of a question? Because this is a scene prose, scene poem. Okay. So you all are expected to write the answers although even if it is not mentioned in the stanza given, right?
Yes.
Next is describe what this person has found.
Ma'am, the person here is Peterkin and he has found something round, round, smooth
Tiny.
and round, tiny and smooth.
Yes, round, tiny and smooth, okay, which is also shiny. Okay, got it?
Large, round and large.
Yes, round and large and
Smooth.
Smooth and shiny.
smooth and shiny. Got it? Okay. Next, Priyanshu.
Ma'am, it's discussed in
What
class.
impression do you get of the present situation of old Casper? See,
Ma'am,
look at the entire poem, you know, although he was there at that time when this particular battle was done, but then now at the present situation, what impression do you get about old Casper after listening to him? Understood the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, Vivan.
Ma'am, it says that it was old Casper says that it was a great victory, but he had no change of mindset.
That's it.
Yes, ma'am, mindset, ma'am. It should be
No, but
changed.
then
Ma'am.
you could explain it more properly. Your answer is correct, but you can elaborate more. Change of mindset mean what? What do you mean by that?
Ma'am means old things only, ma'am. That everyone says that only.
What? That
That he
only
used
what?
to
What
believe
that
in
only?
what,
Victory.
ma'am, and he used to believe in what the others said and not in his own emotions and mind. Means
Okay. He was proud of the war. He was, not bothered about the victims, not bothered about these are all the expressions about what you come to know about the old Casper through his sayings, right? For him, what mattered was only the victory. He did not pay attention to the victims, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is his mindset. Okay, so mindset, this is what you wanted to describe. Okay, just don't give short answers. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is, what has Peterkin found that breaks the harmony of the scene? Okay, so the scene was very peaceful. The brother was playing, Casper was sitting outside the cottage, and the granddaughter was sitting next to him, watching the brother playing and all. So it was a peaceful scene, right? So instantly, what had happened which break their harmony?
Ma'am, here Peterkin founds a skull. Skull
Pounds.
which, ma'am, yes, ma'am. He found.
Pounds.
No, ma'am. He finds a skull. He finds a skull while playing in the garden. This breaks the harmony of the scene as he shows to his grandfather.
And inquires about the same.
Inquires, yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. The grandchildren put forward innocent questions. Do you all agree? They were innocent and they were asking innocent questions while listening to their grandfather, right? So now, what they killed each other for and why it was a very big thing. How does this contrast the horrors of the war with the present situation? Do you think it was a contrast with the horrors of the war which the grandfather was conveying? Right? So you have to explain how it, contrasts. Who will tell me? Is there a contrast? First tell me, is there a contrast?
Ma'am, I think so.
You think so? You're not confident. There is a contrast. What is the contrast? Who will tell me? What is the contrast? The grandchildren asking innocent questions to the grandfather that this particular war, after killing so many people, what did they get? What was good all about that?
The grandfather believed that it was just a very famous victory, and he did not care how many people were killed.
Yeah, so there is a contrast. This is the contrast,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So is there a contrast? Tell me now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now this contrast, how does this contrast the horrors of the war with the present situation? So you have to tell me that whatever questions these innocent children were asking, how it was contrasting or how it was contradicting to the statements of the grandfather. Anyone? Try. It is very simple. Don't you think? What do you think? Do you all agree with grandfather's point of view?
No, ma'am, we agree. I agree with the children's.
Children's point of view, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you all are agreeing with it, so you can relate it to the present situation now. Would you like to have wars?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Would you do you agree with having killing so many people? So you can
No, ma'am.
involve those points. Now say I've given you so many hints.
Ma'am, the poet's purpose for using the word famous victory is that the grandfather is listening to others, what others say. That's why he's repeating the word famous victory
Again and again. Okay, fine. So for him, the contrast over here is for him, war was a famous victory. Okay, but with the present, if you will see the present situation, would you like to have any war?
No,
Or would you
ma'am.
like to resolve any dispute peacefully? What, as future citizens,
Ma'am,
what are your opinions?
Ma'am, resolve the situation by treaties.
But then, do you think most of the people follow this, peaceful way of settling matters and disputes?
Ma'am, no, they follow the war pattern.
Yes, because war is the simplest, and instant reaction to the dispute. So most of them prefer that, right? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the poet's purpose in using and repeating the words famous victory again and again? How many times did he use famous victory in the entire poem?
More than 5 or 6 times.
More than 5 or 6 times? Okay. But then what do you think? What was his purpose? The poet who had written this poem, why did he repeat this particular word again and again?
Ma'am, according to me, the poet was repeating these words as famous victory because the grandfather knew only it was a famous victory that everyone used to say outside in the town. So he knew that it was a famous victory, so he also was repeating that it was a famous victory.
Okay. Priyanju, what is your point of view? Why famous victory? Why do you think famous victory is repeated again and again?
Ma'am, it must be repeated to symbolize the grandfather's point of view, and no, ma'am, and the mental status of everybody in the present situation also, and at that time also, that everybody is the most simplest way for solving an issue is to having wars and.
Okay. So through this, by stressing on these words, famous victory every time, the poet wants to show us what matters to
Ma'am,
the
he's trying to
grandfather more.
celebrate it.
Yes.
Ma'am, the grandfather is trying to celebrate war.
Yes, he's
repeating the
trying to
word.
celebrate war, and victory is more important to him than any other thing. And this word again and again is saying his point of view. He is least bothered about the war effects of the war, but what matters to him is the celebration of the victory. Okay, that we have won the war. Got it? Very good, Ananya. Very nice. Good to see you participating in class. Next.
After that is those appreciation and this and that.
Okay, fine. That's fine. You have a rhyme scheme also over here. See, 1 minute. 2 verses. Read aloud 2 verses 8 and 9. Okay. Did you notice the change in the rhythm of the lines? Identify the rhyme scheme of the poem. Is the poem in all the? Is it the same in all the verses?
No, ma'am.
Come on, tell me what would be the rhyme scheme of the poem. Remove the rhyme scheme. I hope everybody knows how to mark the rhyme scheme. A,
Yes,
B according to the rhyming words. You all know now? Or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, come on, do it. Tell me what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? Let's see who will tell me first. Rhyme scheme of this poem. You all want to do it just for homework? So that we can discuss in the next class. I don't want to waste time. Okay, the next.
Ma'am, is it A, B, C, B, D, D?
Show the poem. A, B.
C, B, D, D.
Show the poem. No, let them also discuss. If I'll give you the answer, everybody will just write it. They will not remove the rhymes. I want them to learn this,
How this poem is more like a story.
Okay.
But we have rhyming words.
You all have rhyming words and poetic devices are also being used in this poem. Lot of imagination, imaginary is used.
And they are random. In some paragraphs, they are random, so it is difficult to indicate.
So if
in the first,
you all solve it tomorrow in the tomorrow's class, I'm going to discuss. But I want you all to do it on your own. Okay,
yes,
then I will give you the correct answer. Fine?
Yes, ma'am, because in the first verse there is done and son. So that sometimes is like they are rhyming. So it is A, B, C, B, and then there is green.
Ma'am, in second stanza, it's round found.
I'm telling you all, I'm going to discuss this in the next class. First, you all do it, be thorough with it, then I'll discuss. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
I want everyone to do it, not just one or two students, Ananya, Vivan and Priyanshu. I want the whole class to do it. You all should learn. If at all you get a question for rhyme scheme, you should be able to do it there and there on the spot. They might ask
every time. Ma'am, we get every time.
You get every time. That's the reason I want you all to practice this, right? Okay, next poem questions which we haven't discussed.
Ma'am, no, we have discussed all.
No.
We have